everyone. My name is Legad, Bachelor of Science in Nursing from University of Iloilo. For today's videos, me and my team are going to tackle about respiratory system. Come on, join me as we discover a respiratory system in specific situation.
Define respiratory system. The respiratory system is the network of organs and tissues that helps you breathe. It includes your airways, lungs, and blood vessels. The muscles that powers your lungs are also part of the respiratory system. These parts work together to move oxygen throughout the body and clean out waste gases like carbon dioxide. Function of the respiratory system. Oversees gas exchange, oxygen and carbon dioxide, between the blood and external environment. Exchange of gases takes place within the lungs and the alveoli. Only site of gas exchange, other structure passageways. Passageways to the lungs purify, warm, and humidify the incoming air. Shares responsibility with cardiovascular system.
How breathing occurs. Our respiratory system consists of many different parts such as our nose, mouth, throat, trachea, bronchi, and our lungs. We also have the important bones such as ribs and diaphragm and muscles. They help us breathe. We will learn everything in our journey. You guys ready?
Ew, yuck! Why is it so slimy here? Slime is everywhere and it is sticking to my feet.
Well, those slimy parts in our nose is called mucus. They are secreted by the nose. The mucus warms up and moistens the incoming air.
What about the tiny hair I see inside our nose?
The tiny hair in our nose is known as cilia. They are the one that trap particles like dirt or pollen and help move mucus out of our airways. Now let's get to the next part of our discussion about respiratory system. The respiratory system extracts oxygen from the air, a gas our cells needs to live and grow. The respiratory system also eliminates carbon dioxide that cells produce after using oxygen.
Let's proceed to the parts of the respiratory system. First is we have the nose and the mouth. They are the openings that pulls air from outside your body into your respiratory system. The larynx is also a part of the throat. It is sometimes called the voice box and is located between the base of the tongue and the trachea. Pharynx and trachea. Pharynx is the tube that delivers air from your mouth and nose to the trachea or windpipe, while the trachea is the passage connecting your throat and lungs. Bronchi. These are the tubes at the bottom of your windpipe that connect into each lung. And lastly, we have the lungs. These are the two organs that remove oxygen from the air and pass it into your blood.
Process of respiration.
The process is known as respiration. Respiration is an automatic and voluntary process. Air comes in through our nose and encounters little hairs that moistens it, heat it, and clean it to keep dirt out of our lungs. The air flows down to the pharynx, the larynx, and then the trachea. The trachea, or known as our windpipe, splits into two to make the bronchi inside the lungs. Once the air is inside the lungs, it goes through pathways called the bronchi or bronchioles. The diaphragm, located under your lungs, helps fill the lungs with air. It also expels the air your body doesn't need. The air we exhale contains carbon dioxide and waste, and it is hot. You can feel the heat if you put your hand over your mouth when you breathe out. The alveolar sacs take that oxygen and send it to the blood to distribute through all the organs and cells of our body. Our lungs are the most important organs in our respiration. They are the ones that take the oxygen from the air and expel the carbon dioxide that our body doesn't need. Smoking and pollution are factors that can harm our respiratory system. Meanwhile, exercise and breathing clean air are really important to take good care of it.
Respiratory diseases. Asthma is an example of respiratory diseases by which the airways are constantly inflamed and spasm, causing wheezing and shortness of breath. Allergies, infections, or pollution can trigger asthma symptoms. Pneumonia, an infection of alveoli, usually caused by bacteria or viruses. Chronic obstructive pulmonary disease or COPD. With this lung condition, you can't exhale the way you usually would, which causes trouble breathing. Tuberculosis, a pneumonia that slowly gets worse, caused by the bacteria Mycobacterium tuberculosis.